Good morning, beautiful weavers. It's a beautiful sunny day here today, a beautiful warm winter's day, and I have a finished project, a weaving, so I thought I'd make this little video, little tutorial of how to wet finish your weaving. So I'm going to do it here in my kitchen sink, nice and easy, and I'll take you through the steps from start to finish. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm all set up here at the kitchen sink. This is the weaving that I'm going to be wet finishing. I've just finished this organic cotton houndstooth scarf, hand woven on the Ashford rigid heddle loom. A great project. If you would like to make a houndstooth scarf, just send me a message or an email and I will send you a free project sheet for how to make your own. So we're going to wet finish or block or bloom our scarf, and that's not as important for a cotton scarf or cotton item. It's very important if we're using a protein fibre such as wool or alpaca, to help the wool to lock together and kind of pre-felt in the blocking process. But with cotton and linen, I still like to wet finish. It gives a really professional finish to your hand weaves. So I'm here at my kitchen sink and I'm just going to run some very warm water, as warm as your hands can handle, and I'm just adding a cupful of wool wash. I use this one because it's easy for me to get at my supermarket, and it's also environmentally friendly. But you can use any wool wash that you'd like to use. So I'm just letting my hand woven item be submerged in the hot water. I hope it's not steaming up the camera too much there. If you have a hand woven item that is non-superwash wool and you're a little bit worried about felting, then just fill your sink with the hot water and wool wash first, and then gently submerge your hand woven piece in the water. Remember, it's not the hot water that is going to felt your item, it's agitation mixed with the heat. So if we're not agitating too much with our woolen items, they're not going to felt. Okay, so I have sufficient hot water in there. It's quite hot, the water, but I'm able to just make sure that's submerged in the water, and I'm going to leave it in there to soak for about 15 minutes and then come back. So I'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Here we are. So I've left the scarf in the water for 15 minutes and I'm just going to drain the water out now, and using the side of the sink I'm just going to squeeze out some of that excess water. Squeezing out as much as I can. And then I've just got a couple of hand towels here. So I'm just going to lay my scarf in the towel and wring out some of the excess water. You can pop it on the floor and step on it if you want to get extra water out, but it's a nice sunny day out there, so we'll get it dry before the sun goes down. So I'm just laying the towel in my sink and taking out my scarf, and I'm just giving it a little tug at the edges. You can see that I haven't trimmed my threads. I like to do that after I've wet finished it. And then I will twist the fringe and give it an iron. So there's my scarf. My weave is already looking really beautiful now. Everything just kind of shimmies into place when it's wet finished. But now what I'm going to do, and again, this is more important if you've got a woolen hand woven item, but I'm going to do a bit of thwacking. So all I do, you can let out a bit of anger or frustration with this one, is just from a height, I'm just throwing the scarf, and this is to shock the fibres. With wool, it would make the fibres open up more and bloom. With cotton, it's not as effective, but I'm a creature of habit, so I do it anyway. So I usually just throw that into my sink about 10 times onto a hard surface. You can use the top of the washing machine if you're doing your laundry. Okay. And that's all ready, to be hung out. So I'll show you that. Okay, so we're out here in the sun. Hope it's not too noisy. There's some background noise here. But I'm just laying down my towels. The sun is beautiful today. Isn't it amazing how winter sun always has a really different effect on you, almost like the unexpected surprise in winter. It's beautiful today. So I'm just laying my scarf out. I'm not too worried about the fringe because, like I said, I'm going to twist that fringe to finish it off. So you can see I'm just stretching out the edges, smoothing it out as I go. And I will just leave that. So there we are, one scarf all wet finished. So I'm just going to leave that. Once this side is touch dry, I'll just flip it over to allow the other side to dry. And then I will do my fringe twisting and tidy up any loose ends. And then I will press the scarf and it'll be ready to be taken on its first outing. So this is how you wet finish a woven item, whether it's cotton or wool or alpaca. And it'll give you a much better finish. Always follow these steps when you complete a hand woven item to give you that professional, beautiful finish. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. Your comments and likes mean the world to me. So if you have found it helpful, please like and jot down a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And you can also subscribe to our channel, Three Muskets Fibre Farm. Something new we're doing here. It's a bit daunting, but also a bit exciting. So thanks for being here. Have a lovely day.